It's at the point where if people aren't listening and they just don't see the pattern because it sounds too magical, then that's just their fault. So everywhere I go and everything I do, everything I think happens in my world physically and literally. People say it, people do it. It shows up on TV, it shows up in the past, it shows up in books, it shows up in front of me live. Yesterday I talked about my brother Brian and his godparents, Uncle Tom and Aunt Bev. This morning, as soon as I wake up, Aunt Bev calls, and Uncle Tom fell and broke his ribs. And, they're Brian's godparents. So then, because I come from a place of pure love, I'm like, I hope all of them really well. And I came out into the thing and I meditated right away because if something happened to them yesterday, and based on what I was thinking, I knew that something was going to happen to Brian based on what I was thinking. So instead of his body vehicle having problems, his car has problems. He had to take his car in. And it sounds really silly, but things are showing up in the real world according to what I'm thinking about them. If I think he's not taking care of his body, his car falls apart, his teeth are falling apart, he's having stomach problems. It also has to do with what he's eating. And the reason I can't stop thinking that he's doing that to himself is because I see what he's eating and I know what goes into it, causing people to have to work, causing people to have to kill animals, and being okay with that thought isn't something that I can be okay with. So no matter how much I care about them, what they bring upon themselves is going to happen because they're bringing it upon themselves. And I can't stop them without doing something other than saying something, recommending what they do, recommending them on something. Because they've been commended for doing something for a reward or for some money that wasn't beneficial for them. So moving on from that, yesterday we had this thing on Wheel of Fortune, and I know it sounds really silly, but, me and my mom were just talking about all this stuff going on and how I was breaking down all these words and saying, we haven't talked about this for like a month because it's always happening to me, 24/7, every day, every lifetime. It doesn't matter about 24/7, that's nothing. That's 6 plus 7 is 13. It's manifestation, literally. That's why it's 24/7. And why is it 365? Because it's 3 and 6 is 9, 5 is energy. And why is it 0.25 or 0.14? Because 1/4 is 5 energy, and 0.25 is 2 before 5 is 3, 2 plus 5 is 7, which is that line at the top, meeting at what's coming ahead of you in the future, coming down to where you are right now. The reason the year is shaped and said and announced and talked about the way it is all stuff that I can explain because I remember doing it before it happened. And now we're living just one of the examples of the life that I've been living, like a game board of spirit for eternity. So I came out and I meditated about Brian feeling good. They took his car in early. He came back. He was all happy. I went to light an incense earlier, and my lighter dies really fast because I've been trying to grow my own mushrooms. So I've been using lighters to turn the tip of the needle red or the end of a scalpel red. So lighters die really fast when you're trying to get something red hot for 30 seconds. And I was like, my lighter's dead. I went to light an incense, and it just went boop right out. So my mom went and grabbed me a lighter. And he didn't see her do it, and he went in and went in and grabbed me 2 lighters. Like, hey, I just got these today. I was just yesterday, my lighter died, and I was like, I better go get some new ones. I haven't got any in a while. So then he went and he handed me one that happened to be an orange one and a blue one. And I was like, hey, your favorite Bronco colors. And he's like, I didn't really even notice that. So then he sat down and he started watching something, and the thing he was watching was the cost of winning. And boy, I can tell you what the cost of winning is. The cost of winning is losing it all and being okay with it. The only way you can truly win the game is to stop playing and say, I love you guys, but I'm done playing this game. I'm ready to move on and do the things that make sense. And not CENTS, the ones you don't really see, but you see in coin form, the things that make sense, SENSE, the ones that you don't seem to see, but the ones that you feel and see spiritually. So, after I meditated for him, he came back, and he was in a really good mood. We were quiet this morning. Nothing was really said. He came back, and we were talking, and just, I can't think of many topics to say along the lines of what these guys are doing in their everyday life, so I don't really know what to say except for stuff about what I've been doing. So Brian's one of the ones that's been hard for me to really talk to or relay messages with, but I love him, and I just want to hear him talk. I just love hearing him tell me something about anything and seeing his smile. So he was telling me about he was playing that thing and he changed it because he was like, I don't know, it was just sort of that background noise, the cost of winning. And he happened to hit something and he came up with the Eternals movie trailer that I was talking about because I was thinking that I really wanted to see it. And I started writing down and breaking down the Marvel characters today, and the Eternals came up. And after I did that, he just happened to look up an Eternals thing. And their ship is named the Doma, or the Domo, or something like that. D-O, ongoing manifestation. If it's in nature and it's ongoing, it's an M. And if it's O, ongoing, from the y'all, it's an A. So it's actually Dan A, Doma. And something about and he was the hero, the ship for the heroes coming. And there was some name Dan in the background. And then he went in and he showed me the container that his weed came in. And it was from medical grade, government grade legal marijuana, whatever. And it said it was for creativity, for social, and I can't remember the other one. And it was made in Pennsylvania, in Danville, Pennsylvania. I'm like, this stuff cannot just be coincidence. Everywhere I go, everything I do. And then right after that, I go in, and Mom and Dad are talking about something, and the name Michael came up again. Oh, Timothy Michael. It was my Uncle Tim. Timothy, I'm of thy. His mom almost made him be a seminary guy, almost sent to him a Catholic school. His name is Timothy Michael. Okay, big surprise. Whoopie-doo, right? Well, then Michael, the movie with John Travolta. He's an angel. Michael's an archangel, okay? My brother's name is Michael, and he's Michael Earl. Okay, he's Earl as in expressed activity reoccurring in life, and he's a gym teacher. He's a fit guy. He does work out and take care of himself. He doesn't eat the best. He drinks alcohol, and he's more focused on his love life than himself. So in ways, he's making his ego mistakes, and that's what he's got to do while he's here. Like, they're all doing that. So going through a timeline of importance of names of titles throughout my life, there was Charles in Charge, my oldest brother, the first one. And then there's Brian Song, who was second. And then there was Jared. He has no movie. He didn't die, or he didn't make it, And then there's Jared, the Subway dude. He lost half of himself, okay? And he lost half his weight, Jared. But he was 1R. So then Michael, like we have, I want to be like Mike, wanna be like Mike. And then we have Mikey likes it. And then when people want to talk and they want to get their go and they want to have people to hear what they have to say on stage, just say, I want the mic. And the mic is in my hand, the mic. Michelangelo, like he was the fun-loving, goofy one that just liked pizza, like it was just, all these things aren't ironic. Then we have Michael. The word jor is like your inner experience, like ongoing. It's what's going on inside of you, jor. So we have Jorge, we have George, and we have Jordan River. And then we have Michael, the angel of light, Dan, Michael, inner mission to become Dan. The way that you're supposed to be done, the way that things are, to be doing. When something is done being lived, it becomes a dune. Or before it's lived over again, it's in the dune, the desert. This stuff isn't things I'm just making up. It's just how it is. And then John Travolta was not just Michael. He also was, he played a dog named Bolt. He was the voice of a dog named Bolt on a Disney movie. Now, what does that matter? John, T-R-A, Tra. You see, T-R-A-V as in travel, but his Volt, Tra-Volt, actor. So he's a moving energy actor. And then he played Michael. And then he was also in all kinds of movies. Phenomenon with electric and lightning and all that kind of stuff. Move on to Michael Bolton. His name has Bolt in it, light on, and he's pretty smart, and he sings love songs, and he was the singer of I Can Go the Distance on the Hercules movie, one that's one of the most motivational Disney songs. I mean, this isn't just me trying to make up something and put things together and say, pointing out synchronicities. These are things that everybody can look at and say, oh my God, that's true, that's true, that's true. And everything works out that way. Every name, every person, every place, no matter what your color, no matter what your race, no matter how much of a badass or a gangster or a hoochie mama you are, I can help you straighten your life out. And I'm not saying it because I really don't even want that task, because it's your task. But my task is to show everybody how, and that's even harder. So Tell me what you think you'd do if you were in my shoes. And other than that, on a personal level, you don't have to. Just listen to what I'm saying, because it's for you, not me. And I love you all so very much. And so does God. And I know, because I'm his right-hand man.